Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports Television. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. Our springtime sports well into the postseason now, and we begin this week's coverage of our local sporting scene with golf. The Gainesville girls ended 3 years of frustration and won the Region 8 AAA championship last week. Meg Callahan and Maddie Haar led the Lady Red Elephants, each with low rounds of 80, Haar earning first place, the medalist, in a sudden death playoff. It was a windy day that made the tee shots rather interesting. Johnson was third behind White County. GHS's Morgan Reese third with an 87, the score that didn't even count towards the team title. Then later in that week, last week, the Gainesville boys beat North Hall by 16 shots for the 8 AAA Boys Championship. Pep Brown birdied 5 of his first 6 to finish with an incredible 6 under par 66 for low medalist honors. That was his best round in competition ever. Behind Pep for Gainesville were Nathan Williams with a 74, Jackson Bishop with a 74, Grant Lassiter with a 75, Parks Brown with a 75, and Lawson King 77. All 6 golfers under 80. That's pretty amazing. 4 Trojans, by the way, shot in the 70s. Andy Bracewell 71, Hunter Young 77, Matt McCormick 78, and Ryan Matthews 79. Both teams looking to give it a go at the Class AAA state title May 7th at the Augusta Country Club. And we bring to the show now Bryson Worley, the head coach of the Gainesville boys, Clay McDonald of the Gainesville girls. We've had them on here before. Gentlemen, first of all, congratulations on a great week for Gainesville athletics and the golf teams in particular. Clay, let's begin with you, first of all. And I kind of alluded to this, and I had read it in the paper, and you confirmed this, that 3 years you've been trying, and all of a sudden now you break through. It must feel pretty good.
It does. 3 second places in a row, and we were glad to get that championship finally. We've been working real hard. The girls worked extremely hard all year long, and even in the off season. So we were real proud to finally bring that championship home.
Well, as I said, you had a couple of girls that actually tied for low medalists, and then you had to go to a playoff for that. Was that kind of friendly competition, or did they really get pumped up for this kind of thing?
No, it was a little bit of both. It was a little bit of both, but deep down they really both wanted to win, and it was unfortunate that in one regard that we had 2 girls trying for first place, but on the other hand, it's a good problem to have.
Exactly. Now, let me go to you, Bryson. I think I commented before we turned the cameras on. 66, Pep Brown. That earned him a lot of money on the professional golf tour if he could do that consistently.
If you do it for 4 days, for sure, you can earn a little money and have a good time doing it. So, yeah, Pep played great. He's always had that in him. And golf's one of those things. He's had some pretty low rounds in competition, and 69, 70, 71. Whether it be junior golf or high school, and some of the big tournaments we played, he's had a really good season. But getting to that level is a little different, and you have to kind of get there and be comfortable. And what I told him, I knew he was going to have a good day when he came off, and he wasn't. Sometimes kids are scared to go that low. It's kind of unfamiliar territory, and he was having fun with it and smiling, and told him to put the pedal down and try to make some more, and he did a great job, and really proud of him and the rest of the guys as well.
Well, both of you knew, we've had you on before after the Hall County Championships, and both of you knew you had pretty good teams.
Absolutely.
Did you know you were going to be this good?
No, and I still don't think we're good enough. I mean, it's it's one of those things we talk about it a lot. I mean, it's not. My kids get on to me because they say I never celebrate enough, and it's I tell them we got to get for the next one and the next one. That's just kind of, I think, being coaches, and you can always get better. But yeah, it's scary. They keep surprising. I know mine keeps surprising me, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Same here. I mean, I enjoy watching them play and get better, but they do. They really want to get better, and I'm just kind of enjoying watching them become better players.
All right, now I said, where's the girls' championship, and when's it coming up?
It's at Applewood Golf Course, about 25 miles south of Augusta.
Okay, and what's the date?
It's May 7th. Monday.
Both these, are these one-day deals?
One day.
Ooh, boy, that's that's a little bit of pressure, huh, guys?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
Well, it is, but again, we try and take it just like we do every other event we play in. One hole at a time, one shot at a time, and see how it comes out in the end.
Well, this is, and we've talked about this in regards to golf before, too. You don't play people so much as you play the course and play yourself. It seems to me that being at an even keel and not, you got to, every hole you got to put the last one behind you, don't you, huh?
It's, and we talk about that a lot. We talk about dominating the golf course. You can't worry about who you play or who you're playing against. Dominate the golf course, and you're right. I mean, you have to stay on even keel, and you can't, a lot of people, with teenagers, they'll get really upset and mad if they're not doing well. Also, on the flip side of that is getting too complacent if you're playing really well. You have to stay pretty even the whole way to get some good results.
All right, coaches, let's handicap the field. What's your shot at the state title, both of you? Clay?
Well, again, I like our chances, but at the same time, You know, I just want us to go and devise a game plan, stick to that game plan, and at the end we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good teams. Richmond Academy's ranked ahead of us. That's basically their home course. They have a lot of members there, and you have, I mean, North Hall's runner-up from last year.
Right, state runner-up.
You have, you know, Columbus and Spalding and Woodward Academy and St. Pius, and a lot of really good teams in the field. And like I said, we're not talking about winning a championship. We talk about doing the best we can. All you do is hit the first tee shot and go find it, and then we'll add them up when we're done and see what happens.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time, and good luck, listen, to the Red Elephants
Thanks for
at the
having
state level, all right? Great year continues. But before we get away, condolences to from all of us here at Hall County Sports Television on the loss of your principal, Chris Mance. I mean, this is, to the Red Elephant Nation, I know this is a time of mourning, but a time of celebration of the life that he had as well.
Yeah, he and I are good friends. I've been with Chris for I think 13 or 14 years. I've been the 15 years I've been in education. He's the one that brought me to Gainesville and brought me and wanted me for the golf job and helped me get that. And you know, and in turn, if he hadn't done that, I would never met all these great people, and including Clay, who's one of my best friends. And it's been a hard 6 weeks, and especially a hard 2 days, and a hard Sunday, and this morning was difficult at school as well. So
I mentioned the kids, death by esophageal cancer at the age of 50. That's so young these days, isn't it?
So
yeah,
fast.
it is. It's tragic, really.
All right. Well, again, condolences to all of you, and good luck to the sports teams. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
In other golf, the Flowery Branch boys, led by Cameron Williams, 76, won the Region 8 Quad A Championship last week in Houston. Now, their state tournament date is May 7th at Jones Creek in Augusta, and their coach is Shane Millwood. Shane Millwood, first of all, I gotta ask you about the transition from being the wrestling coach here at the Branch to being the golf coach, but you've been the golf coach for a while.
Yeah, it's quite the transition. You know, it's just a mentality thing. You know, those kids in wrestling, you can get on them. You know, they respond to that. But golf, you know, it's more of a mental game. You kind of got to know how to treat those guys in respect to, you know, if they get down on themselves, building them up. You know, it's more of a mental thing with those guys, just keeping them focused, you know, and just having that short-term memory. If you hit a bad shot in golf, you know, the best thing you do is forget about it. But wrestling, you know, that sometimes you do something bad and it kind of fires you up, and you kind of feed off of that. So.
But it's different, and we've said so many times in golf, you're not playing really the opponent so much as you're playing yourself in the course.
Exactly. You know, we tell our kids every day, it doesn't matter who we're playing. Our goal is to go out there and to shoot the best we possibly can, you know, no matter where it's at. You know, like you just said, play the course and just let your game handle itself.
Well, I don't know that you've flown under the radar, as they say, but you apparently have been pretty good all year long.
Yeah, we're undefeated in match play. We've played a lot more tournaments this year. I've seen a lot of the competition that we're going to see in region, you know, and then we hosted the region tournament at our home place. So, you know, coming into it, we kind of knew there were 4 teams that were going to be really good this year. Us, Heritage, Habersham Central, which has won the thing 6 years in a row, and then Appalachia. And then after about the way at the turn, we knew it was going to come down to 3 teams. It was us, Heritage, and Habersham. You know, we were really close. You could just roll the dice, and I told my guys, I was like, look, it's going to be close. Just go out there and finish up strong, and they did. I mean, for the day that we had, I mean, there was probably 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds out there. And region's a tough course, you know. So if you'd have told me we were going to win region with a 318, I'd have told you were crazy. But kids played hard, and we came out on top. You can't ask for anything better.
Going into state, what's the attitude of the team, Shane?
Well, you know, going in as a region winner, you know, kind of like last year, we kind of squeaked in. It was kind of all new for us, qualifying for the first time last year in school history. But this year coming in, you know, after looking at some of the teams going to be in there, I think we're right in the mix. And I told my kids, you know, we're shooting for a top 3 finish. So, I mean, I think those goals are very realistic, and I don't have to worry about them buying in because I know they're going to be ready.
Where's the tournament going to be?
It's going to be in Jones Creek. All 5 classifications will be down in the Augusta area, so we're going to be playing at Jones Creek.
A couple of other local golf notes to end the segment with. The Hole-in-One Club got some new members last week. Roger Stapp hit an ace on hole number 4 of the school course at Chicopee Woods with a 7-iron. And then amazingly, Stapp hit his second one and done in the space of a week, hitting number 2 on the number 2 hole of the mill course over at Chicopee. He did this one with an 8-iron. Jim Gillespie also hit a hole-in-one on the number 4 school course with a 7-iron. Back with more Hall County Sports in just a moment.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. and a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
There are hundreds of options when choosing apparel or promotional items at J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case. We're all about quality and competitive pricing. Sports items are in stock. Look for special pricing on Letterman jackets, corporate apparel, corporate gifts, and custom embroidery. All local high schools should check out the line of spirit wear and trophies. We're also offering custom screen printing available for any team sport. Be on the winning side when you choose J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case, locally owned and operated at 250 Dawsonville Highway, Gainesville. Call 770-718-0062 or on the web at jgeyer.com and trophycaseltd.com.
We're back. I'm Garry Glenn. This is Hall County Sports, and this is our baseball segment. North Hall used 5 pitchers in a 6-2 win early last week over Franklin County in prep for the showdown with Gainesville last Friday night. Griffin Olson finally got the win after Preston Graham started, then Avery Smith, then Olson, then Colton Duttweiler, then Andrew Smith. Jesse Strickland had 2 singles and Eli Gilmer a single and a double. Duttweiler had an RBI and a run scored. Gainesville went into the region championship games with North Hall at 23-0 after they whacked Monroe area 17-3 in a road game. Red Elephants' Michael Gettys started and pitched 1 inning and got the win. Gettys struck out 1 batter and allowed 0 hits while also helping himself out with 2 hits and 3 RBI. Stephen Mason and Ryan Griffith each walloped home runs for Gainesville, while David Gonzalez had 2 hits and 3 RBI. Sims Griffith, 2 hits and 2 runs scored. Now, in the Friday showdown, it was all Red Elephants and a doubleheader sweep of the Trojans. Gonzalez spun a gem on the mound and helped himself out with 2 double plays and a 13-0 Mercy Rule win. Hunter Anglin belted a 3-run home run to help Gonzalez win his 8th of the year. And in the nightcap, Gettys was on the hill, and Gonzalez smacked his first homer of the year as Gettys got his 8th win, and Anglin came in from third to get his 5th save of the year. Stephen Mason hit 3 straight doubles in successive at-bats. He had 5 hits and 5 RBI on the night and 3 runs scored during the doubleheader. The sweep clinched the region title, the 20th for the Crimson Herd since 1972. And afterwards, I talked with Anglin, Mason, Gettys, Gonzalez, and the head Gainesville coach, Jeremy Kemp.
Congratulations, region champions. Got to feel pretty good.
Yes, sir. It's a great feeling. We've worked all season for it, and the pitching staff has helped us all season to get where we need. But the pitchers, I think I speak for all of us, is our defensive staff and our offensive staff that we have behind us when we step on the mound. And it's just unbelievable how we played today and how we played all year, really. The bats finally came alive for us, and I believe that it's going to carry us throughout the playoffs and get us to where we need to be.
Back-to-back doubles, 20th region championship in the history of the school, but the work's not over, Stephen.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I mean, undefeated season region champs, but it's time to go to work playoffs right here.
You take a look at that trophy now. Not too bad, huh?
No, sir, it isn't.
And you beat a good team again, and you've beaten a lot of good teams this year. So how good are you guys?
I mean, we're pretty good, but we don't want to get the big head. We always come ready to work, ready to play, just play our game. And today was a great day by everybody on the team.
All right, you swept a good team in dominating fashion, so that's got to be a boost to you guys as you take it into the postseason now.
Yes, sir. Our bats, they finally are starting to peak right now, and we're just starting to hit the ball really good. Pitching's always been good for us. We have great pitchers. We have 1 through 7. They're all great. We're just starting to hit really good right now.
Even Gonzalez comes up with a home run, huh?
Yeah, he can hit. He can really hit. He's going to Georgia to pitch, but he can hit.
Now, what about yourself? How do you evaluate your performance? Had a pretty good doubleheader?
Yeah, I hit the ball really hard today. Maybe if I can get a few more hits, that's about it. But I pitched really good. I had stuff working today.
How's it feel for you guys to be the 20th time that you've won the region championship in the history of the school?
It feels great. It's just working towards our goal, but it's not going to feel as good as it can until we win a state championship.
David, pitched a great game the first time. Then you come up and you finally get a home run out this year, huh? Which do you like better?
Definitely the pitching. I mean, that's really where my heart's at. That's what I love to do. But yeah, I mean, it felt good finally getting my first home run. These guys are giving me crap about it, so it felt pretty good.
And you beat a good team, and you beat them in dominating fashion. That's got to jack your confidence up as you head into the playoffs, huh?
Yeah, it definitely jacks our confidence up. They're a really good team. I mean, they threw all their guys at us, I mean, we happen to come out top, but I mean, it feels real good to go into the playoffs going 25-0, first ever do it in Gainesville high school history.
And it's the 20th region championship in history.
Yeah. I mean, it feels good. It feels really good. But I think our ultimate goal is definitely to win state.
Tell me about today, though. I mean, you just got it rolling, and you just start. You seem to pick up momentum as the game goes along.
Yeah, I'd say David on the mound set the tone for us, and then Hunter with that big 3-run home run in the first, and Caleb Whittington coming up with a 2-run single, 2 in the first. Or was that the first or second? I can't remember now. Was it the first? First inning, yeah, first inning of the first game. That set the tone for the whole day. And proud of every one of these guys. They hit the ball. I mean, it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and had a shutout going for the day up until they chipped one away there at the end. And you expect that. A good team's going to keep breaking through.
Yeah, Hunter was focused, on the hitter, not really worried about the runner so much. So he got a stolen base, and then they knocked him over, and then they had a base hit. So, we're not really worried about that. That came in a situation where it was 9-0. So, Hunter was doing exactly what we've told him to do, is focus on the hitter with a big lead.
I've asked the guys this, so I'm going to ask the coach this. Anything less than a state championship be a disappointment to this crowd?
It will be. Anything, they've got their goals set high. But, I'm proud of them. We've worked really hard to get where we are. We're going to take this weekend and enjoy it, and then go to work Monday. So, see what happens.
By the way, also in those games, designated hitter Caleb Whittington, only a freshman, came through with 2 singles, 2 doubles, and 3 RBI. North Hall hit 9 Gainesville batters with pitchers. Now, next up for the Trojans, the state playoffs. Friday doubleheader with Allatoona at Jody Davis Field at North Hall. Gainesville will host Heritage Catoosa for a double dip at Ivy Watson on Friday. Now, also last week, Flowery Branch dropped a 12-inning, 8-7 heartbreaker to Salem in their region playoff play-in game, hitting a lot of fly ball outs along the way. Chase Hulsey finished 2 for 6 with a 2 RBI triple, and Breck Davidson was 2 for 5 with a double and a home run. Then the Falcons bounced back in a doubleheader sweep the next day of Salem, 4-0, and then a 23-0 3-inning laugher when Salem just flat ran out of pitching. Chase Hulsey pitched a complete game shutout to tie the series in Game 1. C.J. Nabin, Logan Conley, Breck Davidson, and Drew Miles with key hits in that one. Then Kelton DeVoe scored the final run in Game 1 on an error, and then went 3 for 3 with 5 RBI and 3 runs scored in Game 2. Miles was 3 for 3 with 2 RBI, and Nabin 2 for 3 with 4 RBI and 3 runs scored. Johns Creek is next up for Coach Scott Myers and the Branch. Scott Myers, were you worried a little bit after that first game last week and that 12-inning thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we did. Yeah, a little bit, but I was worried about we didn't swing the bats as well as I thought we should have. And, pitching-wise, I thought we were going to be fine. But, yeah, put a little bit of a scare into us.
A little pressure on you, but then you come back and you sweep them in a doubleheader. And then, of course, that might give you a confidence boost now going into the next round.
Absolutely. Yeah, we played pretty well on Thursday and did a good job of closing them out. And won the first game, we had to have a big performance out of Chase Hulsey, and we did, and swung the bats well and put up some runs. So that was comforting.
23-0, Coach. That's pretty lopsided right there.
It was. I think they kind of ran out of pitching, and we swung the bats well. So it was a good win for us and a good thing to jump into the playoffs with.
Well, let me ask you about that. The attitude of the team now going into the postseason.
Oh, I think we're riding high right now. I mean, regardless of whether we're playing St. Mary's School of the Blind or somebody else, you score 23 runs, you got to produce, and we did a good job of that. And I think that's going to give us a boost to going into the playoffs.
Next round at Johns Creek.
At Johns Creek Friday, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Okay, how are you feeling? What do you know about them?
They're going to be solid. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to swing it well. We're going to have to play good defense, and we're going to have to pitch it well. So if we do all those three, we'll be good.
We take you to the net after this. One of the sponsors that we've had on the show here for a long time, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church, and the pastor of McKelvey Road UMC is Rob Bruce. And Rob, first of all, thanks to the church for helping publicize in a positive light our local athletes here.
Gary, you're more than welcome. We enjoy supporting our local community, and this is one way of being able to do that, is to support our kids in their athletics and those in the county.
Now, one of the things we want to talk about here with you today, though, is the sermon series that you started on Easter Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's right. We started a sermon series on Easter morning about the resurrection because most people have a unrealistic idea of what resurrection is. Most people think it's resuscitation, but it's something entirely different than resuscitation, Gary.
And where are you going to take us with this?
Well, we'll be learning what resurrection means for our everyday lives, and I don't want to give too much of it away. I want to make this a bit of a tease so some folks will come and hear it.
All right. Thank you very much. Rob Bruce, McKellar Road United Methodist Church. Rob, we'll see you in church on Sunday.
Thank you, Gary.
We're back. I'm Garry Glenn. This is Hall County Sports, and this is our tennis segment. Flowery Branch girls making the round of 16 in Quad A with a 3-2 win over Creekview. The doubles teams of Becky Benton, Durden Smith, and Madison Smith, Danny Taylor won, along with number 3 singles player Nicole Morris. Next up, North Paulding. Ginger Jackson coaches the Lady Falcons tennis squad. Ginger Jackson, 21-1, you tell me. An outstanding season at the time we're doing the show. So what has done it for you this year? And I see that it's not the same folks that win every time.
It's hard work. It really is. They are taking lessons. They are working. They're playing 6 days a week. We asked them a couple years ago when we took the program over to not drop a racket in May when the season's over, and so that's what they continue to do. They're working on, they're playing tournaments. They're taking privates. They're with us every day. So the girls working their fannies off to do where we are.
So this is not a surprise to you that they've had this kind of success?
I knew we had the potential to be very good, and it just depends on, you're dealing with girls, so it just depends on who comes in and how hard we work and where the pieces fall, and the pieces have fallen in the right spots thus far.
Have you had good senior leadership, Ginger?
Excellent senior leadership. I've got 2 seniors who's been with me since the 8th grade, and they are my number 2 singles, Elizabeth Mallory, and my number 1 doubles, Becky Benton, and they are just tearing it up. They're determined. They lead. They have that do-or-die attitude, and that's contagious.
And you're talking about sometimes when they need to do a little coaching of the younger girls,
Sure
they get to do that?
Sure they do. And it's better to come from them sometimes than it is from me. They're kind of a unit, and they needs to come from let's go, versus, because Becky plays with a sophomore, and I think that sophomore's learned a lot from the other leadership.
Sweet 16 now, so from here on out, everybody's going to be good. You're going maybe need a little luck coach along the way.
Hey, luck's part of tennis. It tips the top of the net, it goes over, that's part of it. So you don't ever apologize for that tip of things. It takes luck, sure it does. I mean, anytime you get in playoffs, it takes a little talent and a lot of luck.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Now, the Branch boys season ended in the first round with a 4-1 loss to Lambert. The lone win for the Falcons, Bo Millwood winning in 3 sets at number 3 singles for the Branch. They'll end the season at 15-6. Now, in AAA, the West Hall boys beat Dalton 3-2 to make the second round of state. Brendan Worth and Min Kim won at number 1 doubles, and Connor McFall and Tatum Scroggs won at number 2 and number 3 singles to clinch. The Gainesville teams also won their first round matches. The girls beat Dalton 3-0 behind wins from the doubles teams of Morgan Mercer, Suzanne Smith, and Maddie West, Lauren Carter, and singles number 2 player Georgia Summer. Gainesville boys got wins at 2 and 3 singles from Austin Miller and Jackson Goebel, as well as both doubles teams, Graham McKinnon, Jake Maddox, and Jake McCardle, Alexander Davis. Lady Elephants then fell in round 2, 3-2 to North Atlanta, with the doubles teams winning again. West is the only senior, so the Lady Elephants should be strong again. We got a lot to cover in the wrap-up, and we're back with that in just a moment. Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McKellar Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKellar Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McKellar Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. All right, we open Hall County Sports wrap-up this week with news from track and field from the state sectionals this past weekend. In 4A, Flowery Branch's Austin Eckenroth followed up his 16 feet 8 performance in the region meet with 16 even to win the pole vault at the sectionals, joined by 4 other Falcons that qualified for the state meet, including Drew Garland in the 1,600 and 3,200 meters. Other Falcons making state, Brittany Wells in the 800, Alex Miller in the high jump, and Catherine Randolph in the long jump. In AAA at the Eastern Sectionals in Macon, the North Hall boys and West Hall girls set the pace Luis Gonzalez and Whit Nix leading the way for the Trojans, each qualifying for 2 events. Gonzalez in the 800 with a time of 1 minute 58.71, second best on the day, and in the 3200 with a 10:02.18, the best in the sectional. Nix qualified in the 800 and 1600. Gonzalez almost had 2 first-place finishes, but Gainesville sprinter Markel Woodard overtook him on the final stretch in the 800 with a sectional best time of 1:58.16, breaking the school record for Gainesville that he just set for the event during the region meet a week ago. Woodard also qualified in the 1600 and on the 400-meter relay team. The Chastity boys were represented well at the sectional meet by Brandon Thompson, who qualified in 2 events for the War Eagles, 4th in the 100 meters and 1st in the 200 with a 21.72. Chastity teammates Kristen Morrows in the high jump and Sarah Beth English in the 1600 also qualified. Now also for the Trojans, Tucker LaCicero qualified for the 3200 and Bryce Schubert for the 1600, and Monty Cross qualified for the shot put, Destin Bennett for the discus, Chase Yarborough qualifying in the pole vault, and Nate Simon qualifying in the triple jump. For the North Hall girls, Harper Seymour qualified in the discus, Gabrielle Hoffman in the pole vault, and Michaela Ellis in the 3,200-meter run. For the West Hall girls, well, the pair of Maia Booker in the 100 and long jump and Lanisha Kirsch in the 100 and 300 hurdles leading the Lady Spartans to a strong finish. Both Kirsch and Booker qualifying for 2 events individually and were members of the 400-meter relay and 1,600-meter relay teams, which also qualified for state. Now, in the girls' 1,600-meter run, Gainesville's Sarah Hayes ran 3rd while also qualifying in the 800, along with West Hall's Ryan Sherry, who qualified in the 1,600 as well. Now, other West Hall girls, Haley Haynes in the high jump qualified, along with Victoria Tuttle in the pole vault, Jarlissa Lattimore in the shot put, and Taylor Long in the 1,600-meter run. Of the Gainesville athletes qualifying for girls' state, Tara Hill, 2nd in the high jump, Kiki Harris in the pole vault, Joseph Lozano in the pole vault, Pablo Alberto in the 800, and the Lady Elephants 4x400-meter relay team also qualified. At the AA sectionals, East Hall's Jamon Witt in the 100 and Isaac Mize in the high jump qualified for the Vikings, while in Class A, Riverside Military's Skylar Toney clinched the top spot in the sectionals after almost scratching on his 3rd opener, but he wound up vaulting 11.6 to take top honors in the pole vault. Girls' state is this weekend in Albany, boys next weekend at the famous Georgia Olympics just down the road in Jefferson. But now we name our male athlete of the week. It's Hunter Anglin, the Gainesville baseball player. Solid play at 3rd for the Red Elephants last week. A 3-run homer and a save in the region championship series with North Hall. But honorable mention to track stars Luis Gonzalez of North Hall and Markel Woodard of Gainesville for their outstanding performances as the sectionals this past weekend. And for the female athlete of the week, well, we got a tie. West Hall tracks Maia Booker and Lanisha Kirsch leading the Lady Spartans into their upcoming state meet this weekend. All right, we close with some other news for you. The newest squad at Brenau University placed 2nd in the nation in National Cheerleading Association Collegiate Cheer and Dance Championships competition. That was held last month at Daytona Beach. In the all-girl intermediate division for smaller schools, Brenau finished less than half a point behind New Jersey's Ocean County College. Well, we told you this when he won the title, but Flowery Branch wrestler Nick Langford has made it official and signed with Newberry College up in Newberry, South Carolina. They're currently ranked number 2 in Division II. Nick, the 2012 132-pound 4A state champ, one of only 3 two-time state champions from Hall County, one of which is his head coach, Shane Millwood. He was the 2010 103-pound state champion for Class AAA. He's also a 4-time Hall County champion, 4-time state qualifier, has an overall high school record of 2-11-34. Not too bad. Chesterton's Cole Morgan, a 6'4" forward, is committed to continue his education and basketball career at Maryville College. During his senior season, Morgan averaged 16.3 points and 6.3 rebounds a contest, while netting 86 three-point field goals for a 40% clip there. These stats, along with his outstanding play, earned him a place on the Region 8 AAA All-Region team. Gainesville pole vaulter Kiki Harris, mentioned her earlier as qualifying for state. Well, she becomes the first vaulter to decide to do that sport at Payne College, ranked among the top 5 in the state in AAA. And finally, Gainesville senior football player Eli Nuefo was recently recognized by the University of Georgia chapter of the National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame. Eli, defensive back, recorded 127 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and an interception for the 2011 edition of the Red Elephants. The chapter presents 5 awards to scholar athletes each spring. That's our show for this week. Join us next week right here for more Hall County Sports. I'm Garry Glenn.